Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup. Oh shoot, I always forget that. Hey, okay, can you see me? All right, so we are a day ahead of literally a little more than 24 hours away from the FOMC rate decision, and at this point in time, the markets are consolidating. We are seeing a bounce in the S&P from the lows. But as you can see, the S&P really hasn't gone anywhere. But intraday, we are bouncing. And you know what we have to recognize? Intraday, we're still making higher lows. And we have to respect that. Now, why is that going to be important? Because if you're long like the US dollar Mexican peso, which has had a really nice percent move, if you're along the US dollar Mexican peso, you have to realize that we just hit the 1920 or close to 1920 resistance. And that's going to be, that's probably going to cap us for the day. We went as high as 119.30. So if you're long, just be respectful of that, knowing that equity markets have bounced a little bit. Oops, I gotta make sure everybody knows here. Hold on. Okay. Jason said, hey, Blake, this morning on the FACE webinar, you discussed cutting dollar positions. With the fact that it is a known that Powell will be dovish, as he always is, and the dollar has been trending up, why do you feel that the dollar could be at risk when everybody already knows how dovish Powell will be? I actually think what it is right now, Jason, is you are, and that's a good question, you're seeing the dollar recover from a position squaring standpoint. If I am a dollar bear, okay, if I'm a dollar bear, I am going to I'm going to go ahead and take off all my dollar shorts, and I'm more than happy to reestablish them if the Fed chairman's dovish. I expect him to be dovish, and so therefore I plan on putting my dollar shorts back on afterwards. But what the move has happened over the last 3 days has all been position squaring. Like this dollar move here, you heard me last week. Last week, I've said it multiple times here. You got to be a little careful being short the dollar going into next week, right? Those are all my comments from last week. You got to be a little careful being short the dollar as we are near this, 89.60 support. We were at channel support, and I'm like, yeah, be careful being short down here. Now we've bounced, and this is all position squaring. If I'm confident that the Fed chairman is going to be dovish, that doesn't mean that I need to just be, full on, 100% dollar bear. No, if I think he's going to be dovish, then I'll just put new trades on, new fresh shorts on once I get that confirmation. There is a risk though, because we've seen inflation pressures pick up. We've seen stocks continue to rally. There is a risk that he might not be as dovish. And this, if you go back for the last several months, this has been the timeline. June is the meeting where we might start getting some taper talk, not a tapering, taper talk. So if I already know that, and I've been short the dollar for the last couple of months, of course I'm going to take some of that off. If I'm institutional wise, I've been, shorting the dollar index around the 92 level, and we're trading down at 90.50, 90.30. I'm just going to take some off. I'm still bear. I'm still a bear. I'm still looking at this and saying, okay, this is a bearish structure. So I am still a dollar bear, but knowing we're so close to support, knowing this is where the Fed could change their tune if they're going to do it, yeah, it makes sense to pull some off, right? So when your comment is over the last couple of days, you know, we already know that he's going to be bearish. Why is the dollar already trending up? It's purely from a positioning standpoint, in my opinion. And frankly, I'm ready to play the dollar in either direction now. I am. You have to look at the euro. The euro is pretty clear, right? And let's leave it at this. This is the colors actually couldn't have turned out any better for what I'm trying to show you here. This is pretty good. And you're welcome, Jason, for this. He said, thank you for your view. You're welcome. This is perfectly will describe how you should approach the dollar, in my opinion. Above that green zone, we get bullish. Below that red zone, we get bearish. Why? It's easy. This is a 618 retracement. So below here, we're bearish because then we could attack 120 again, right? So the move from 121 or 120.80 to 120, pretty straightforward. If we break above 122, we actually may hit new. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. There we go. We may actually hit new highs because this would be a false break of this channel. Right? So a move back above 120, 180, 122 will put us back at 123 and maybe even higher. So, and I'm just talking specifically for the euro. Obviously, you guys know the break points for like the Aussie. Yeah, I mean the Aussie. Shoot, we break through 76.70, right? Or maybe 76.60. Oh no! There it goes again. Ah! Oh, just joking. This is seriously frustrating. I cannot tell you how frustrating this is. I just want to move this. Oh, there we go. Life is much better now. Oh, just kidding. So we have this triangle, and so if we break through all this support right here, yeah, we should attack this this old neckline, right? Somewhere down here. And a break above here, we're going to squeeze back to the highs. So like we can look at different currencies and kind of figure out what's going to be best. Like for example, if the dollar rally, I'm going to ask you guys this. Here's a good question for you. If the dollar rallies, what currencies would you guys look at? I'm quizzing you. Go ahead and jump in the chat box. Give me some ideas of what you guys think. I'll tell you my favorites. If the dollar rallies, what do we do? Raj, Looney, correct. Chad, Looney, Hugo, Looney. Right. Chad says if the dollar rallies, short Aussie. I think you guys are all, I couldn't agree more. So let's say the dollar sells off. What would you guys do? Chad, Catherine, Hugo, Jason, Raj, Areta says hide under the covers. So Um, everybody said long Aussie, long euro, long pound. I agree with all that. I mean, and Jason says they've all been weak against or they've all been strong against the dollar. Yeah, I mean, look, if we get like a buy risk, right? Buy risk. Yeah, you just get long Aussie dollars. You can get long the Kiwi off of this support because the Kiwi is going to go back and challenge these highs. You get long the sterling because we held 140. You know, we're going to probably try to catch all the double top traders, get them caught on the short side. Maybe we even challenge new highs. You know, US dollar, Norwegian krona might continue breaking down because that thing hasn't been able to rally. Arguably, it hasn't sold off either. I think you can play this in either direction. You know, there's a lot of different plays, but you guys already know what to do. And I think if you use the euro dollar as your baseline going into tomorrow, you're good. I think everybody's watching soccer right now. Are you guys all watching the European Championship right now? Oh, Iris, Irada says it's me, Iris. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Iris, I didn't know that your last name is almost like my last name. Wow. That's cool. Okay. So what else do I want to cover really quick? This. Gold. I like to trade gold from time to time, but the market is very bullish gold. Everybody's bullish gold. I think if the dollar strengthens tomorrow, gold is going to be a really good short. I'm gonna leave it at that. I think it breaks below the 200-day. I think everybody's been trying to get long gold, thinking gold's going to break out, and silver too. I mean, you could throw silver in the mix. I think if the dollar strengthens tomorrow, one of the best trades is going to be gold. I think gold will probably see sub 1800 again, maybe even closer to like 1750. Like we would seriously make a move like this. Because don't forget that gold failed or is failing right now. At the 618 retracement. So for those of you that trade precious metals, if the dollar strengthens tomorrow, I think gold's the okay. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Just between now and tomorrow, just take it easy. You know, just try not to be too super aggressive. I mean, I'm still short Canadian yen. I'm still short euro yen. If risk rallies tomorrow, I'll have to cover those up. I'm still long the euro Aussie, and I've been sitting in this thing for freaking ever, it seems like. But yeah, those are obviously going to perform better on risk off than they do in risk on. But you have to be prepared to be, to stocks to hit all-time highs tomorrow if the Fed chairman is hawkish, or is dovish. Sorry. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for your continued support. You guys are awesome. I'll see you in the chat rooms. I'll see you in the face webinar. And have a great afternoon and evening. Thanks, guys.